A sleek boardroom high above the bustling streets of New York City. 5 sharp-suited executives lean back in their leather chairs, smirking as a young woman in jeans and a simple t-shirt stands before them. She's barely out of her teens, her ponytail swinging nervously. "Sir," she says firmly, pointing to the men at the head of the table, "I'm the new owner." The room erupts in laughter. The lead executive, a self-made millionaire named Richard Harlan, chuckles loudest, wiping a tear from his eye. "Kid, you've got guts, but this ain't some fairy tale." He picks up the document she's handed him, ready to toss it aside. But then his eyes lock on the signature at the bottom. His face drains of color. The laughter dies. What could possibly turn mockery into shock in an instant? In that frozen moment, a lifetime of forgotten kindness comes rushing back. It's a story that reminds us all how one small act can rewrite destinies. Stick around, because you won't believe how it unfolds. If you're moved by tales of everyday heroes and the magic of kindness, hit that subscribe button right now for more stories on Kindness Lights. Like this video if it touches your heart, and drop a comment below sharing your own act of kindness. Let's build a community that shines bright now. Let's dive into the story. It all started 15 years ago in a quiet suburb outside Chicago. Richard Harlan was already climbing the corporate ladder, a driven young exec at Harlan Industries, a massive manufacturing firm owned by the legendary tycoon, Elias Harlan, no relation, just a coincidence that Richard had leveraged to get his foot in the door. Elias was a reclusive billionaire, known for his sharp business mind but even sharper temper. He'd built his empire from nothing, but age was catching up, and whispers swirled about who would inherit it all since he had no family left. One rainy afternoon, Elias was driving his vintage Cadillac through a rundown neighborhood, far from his penthouse world. His tire blew out, stranding him in the pouring rain. Cars zoomed by, ignoring the old man fumbling with a jack. Elias cursed under his breath, his arthritis flaring up, making the task impossible. That's when a teenage girl named Mia appeared, umbrella in hand, her school backpack soaked. She was 16, from a modest family, her dad a factory worker, her mom a nurse. Without a word, she held the umbrella over him and knelt in the mud to help change the tire. "I've got this, sir," she said with a warm smile. "My dad taught me last summer." Elias grumbled at first, not used to accepting help. But Mia chatted away, sharing stories about her dreams of going to college, how she volunteered at the local shelter, and how kindness was the one thing her family could always afford to give. She didn't know who he was. To her, he was just an old guy in need. When they finished, Elias offered her money, but she waved it off. "Pay it forward, that's all," she said, handing him a soggy note with her name and a simple drawing of a sun, her way of brightening days. Elias drove off, touched but soon buried in his busy life. Mia went home, never thinking twice about it. Years passed. Richard rose through the ranks at Harlan Industries, becoming Elias's right-hand man. He was ambitious, cutthroat even, firing workers to cut costs, ignoring pleas from families hit hard by layoffs. The company thrived on paper, but morale plummeted. Elias, in his final years, watched it all from his office, growing disillusioned. He remembered Mia's kindness often, that pure, no-strings-attached help in the rain. It contrasted sharply with the greed around him. Quietly, he began investigating. He learned Mia had put herself through community college, working 2 jobs, and now ran a small nonprofit helping underprivileged kids learn trades, like fixing cars. As Elias's health faded, he rewrote his will. No one knew. He left the bulk of his fortune to charities, but the company. That went to Mia Rodriguez, the girl who'd shown him true humanity when he needed it most. In a world of takers, he wrote in a private letter, she was a giver. Let her lead with heart. Elias passed away peacefully in his sleep, and the news hit like a thunderclap. The executives, led by Richard, gathered in that boardroom, assuming they'd divvy up the power. Richard had even prepared a speech about his vision for the future, more profits, fewer dead weights. Then Mia walked in, unannounced, clutching the legal documents. She was 31 now, still modest in her appearance, but with a quiet confidence earned from years of helping others. "Sir, I'm the new owner," she repeated, her voice steady despite the butterflies in her stomach. The men burst out laughing. Richard, sipping his coffee, nearly spit it out. "Sweetheart, this is a billion-dollar company, not a lemonade stand. Who put you up to this? Some prank show?" His cronies joined in, one slapping the table in amusement. Mia stood tall, sliding the will across the glass surface. "Read it," she said simply. Richard scanned the pages, his smirk fading. There it was, Elias Harlan's unmistakable signature, bold and looping, just like on every contract Richard had ever seen. The document was ironclad, verified by the best lawyers. Mia was indeed the heir. The room fell silent. Richard's hands trembled. This can't be," he muttered. But it was. Flashbacks hit him, Elias mentioning a rainy day story, in passing, how he'd started a scholarship fund anonymously in Mia's name. Richard realized he'd missed the signs, too focused on his own climb. Mia didn't gloat. Instead, she sat down and spoke from the heart. "I didn't ask for this, but Mr. Harlan saw something in me, a belief in people over profits. We're going to change things here. Reinstate those laid-off workers, invest in community programs, make this company a force for good." The executives shifted uncomfortably, but a few nodded, inspired despite themselves. Richard, humbled, eventually resigned, starting his own small venture where he learned to lead with empathy. In the months that followed, Harlan Industries transformed. Under Mia's guidance, profits soared, not from cuts, but from loyal employees and innovative ideas born from kindness. Mia's nonprofit merged with the company, training thousands, creating jobs, and spreading hope across America. She never forgot that rainy day. It became the company's motto, "Pay it forward." And that's the power of kindness. It's not always loud or flashy, but it echoes forever. One act in the rain changed an empire, proving that in our fast-paced world, a helping hand can